why do people give up their pets? What are the typical reasons why we see that happening?
Well, I think that one of the best things is really having that open mind when you look at people who have to give up their pet. And you'll see. I know that our old response used to be somewhat shamey, where it'd be like, "Well, this is a lifelong commitment. Why are you doing this?" But once we started to really engage our community with conversation and find out the reasons, they most of the time are for the pet. Maybe it's an older couple and they got a dog that they didn't realize that it had the energy level it had, and they felt like it would do better in another home. Or the kids were rough with the dog, or something, and they really thought the dog should be in a quieter home. Home to Home provides people support, but also honors that people really do have good intentions for their reasons to rehome. And we're just supporting them in doing that rather than having to surrender them to a shelter. But Joya, you experienced this as well. Do you have any other reasons that you've experienced, or want to make a comment on this?
Oh, I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios, and I think that overall, like as a society, sometimes we might not be able to think that through because we have our own relationships with our pets, and we think, oh my gosh, I could never possibly give them up. And I know we all feel that way, but there are situations in life that come up, and one of those situations that happens oftentimes is, say there's an elderly person who's going into long-term care and their animal can't come with them, even though that's been their companion for years and it's like one of their most special treasured relationships. And it really pains them to not keep their animal anymore. It's what needs to happen, unfortunately. But fortunately, there's a program like Home to Home that really helps them find that next home without it being such a scary proposition of bringing their animal to a shelter. So that's definitely a situation we see a lot. Another one is people having to move across country or in the military, and get up and go, without much notice at all. And it's not that they wouldn't love to take their animal with them, but the circumstances just don't allow. So that's why Home to Home really provides a really a nice place for them to find the next home for their animal without having to go through that stressful situation of going to the shelter, for both the owner and the pet alike.
Right.
So it really serves them both great.
Right. And then even to add on to that, veterinary care. Veterinary care can be really expensive. And if they find that their pet has some medical challenge that's more than what they can afford, they want to seek a family out that can actually provide that animal with the proper care. Landlords, lots of housing issues when it comes to pets, trying to find a home, but landlords won't allow pets. And it's probably the number one reason in the country that we see a number of animals being needing to be rehomed.
Yep.